Good morning, girls. Children, we are going to study today the additional exercises of chapter Force and Laws of Motion. And as you can see that there are total 4 questions here. So we are going to complete these today and this will finish your chapter. Chapter is already completed, topics already been done. These are the questions which have to be just completed. And I think 2, 3 theory questions are there which I will send it to you in the WhatsApp group. Now, question number 1 is the following is the distance timetable of an object in motion. As you can see, the question, you have time and distance given, and you have to find out with this table, you have to find out what conclusion do you draw about the acceleration of this object, right? Uh, and also, you have to find out the forces which are acting on this moving object. Okay. Now, as you can see that the time which is given in seconds starts with 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 8, and so on. To find out the acceleration of this object, we have to calculate the acceleration and then we are going to tell whether the acceleration is constant or increasing or decreasing or is it 0. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. To find out the acceleration of the object, we have the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square, because time is given and s is given. So we are going to apply the second equation of motion. Now the first value u is equal to 0 because t is equal to 0, right? Before the object starts moving, the initial velocity was 0 and therefore u is equal to 0. The equation reduces to half at square. Okay, a t square. Now beginning with the first value of t, if t is equal to 0, s is equal to 0. This is given in the question. So starting with 0 is equal to, right, half into a into 0. So obviously a will be 0. So for the first value, when time is 0, distance traveled is 0, acceleration is also 0. Then when we take time is equal to 1 and s is also equal to 1, we are going to substitute s is equal to half at square. 1 is equal to half into a into 1 square. This 2 will go here and a into 1 will be a. So a will be 2 meter per second square. So this is another value of a. Then when t is equal to 2, s is equal to 8. So therefore s is equal to half at square. 8 is equal to half into a into 2 square. 16 is equal to 4a and 16 by 4 will be equal to a, so therefore 4 meter per second square. If you want, you can check with these values only that first there's acceleration was 0, then it was 2 meter per second square, and now it is 4 meter per second square. If you want, you can find other values of these time and distance given, but what answers we have got now, we can conclude that the acceleration of the object is increasing. Okay, it is not constant, it is not decreasing, it is not 0. So we are going to write the first answer is the acceleration of the object is increasing, right? Question number 2, what do you infer about the forces which are acting on the object? Now children, in this chapter we have studied two types of forces, balanced and unbalanced. What do you think, which type of forces are acting on this object? Obviously it will not be balanced forces, so the answer will be the forces which are acting on the object are unbalanced forces, and due to which the acceleration of the object is increasing. And you can also add one more point here, that the acceleration of the object is increasing at a constant rate. Why constant rate? Because it was 0, it was first 0, then it was 2, then it will be 4, and then the next value will be 6. So as you can see that the value is increasing by, or acceleration is increasing by 2 meter per second square, and therefore it is a constant rate. We can write acceleration is increasing at a constant rate. We can say uniform acceleration. Okay. Now coming to question number 2. Two persons managed to push a motor car of mass 1200 kg at a uniform velocity along a level road. Then, the same motor car is pushed by now three persons to produce the acceleration of 0.2 meter per second square. So, acceleration is 0.2 meter per second square of the motor car, and the mass of the motor car is 1200 kg. You have to find out with what force does each person push the motor car, assuming that all the persons push the motor car with the same muscular effort. So we can find two answers here: when the motor car is pushed by two people and when it is pushed by three persons. So let's find out. Force is given by the formula mass into acceleration. This is the force acting by how many? Total three persons. Okay. So force is given by 1200 into 0.2, 2 by 10, 12 twos it will giving you 240 Newton, right? So force is 240 Newton. Suppose if you want two answers, we can write, suppose there are two persons. Suppose in the first case there are two persons, in the second case there are three persons. This is the total force which is exerted by the, that means on the motor car. So when it is two, so force exerted by each means if there are two, it will be 240 by 2. So it will be 120 Newton. And if the same question is asked for three persons, so what will we write? We will write 240 divided by 3, that is 80 Newton. So I hope the question is clear to you that the force which is applied on the car is actually 240 Newton. And if you want to find out by each person how many, if there are only two people, then it will be a 120 Newton each. And if there are total three people or three persons, it will be 80 Newton each. And that is the answer. Now question number 3 says that a hammer of mass 500 grams, it is moving at 50 meters per second, strikes a nail. The nail stops the hammer in a very short time of 0.01 seconds. What is the force of the nail on the hammer? Now children, here it is saying that, let me write the values which are given. Mass 500 grams. Initial velocity of the hammer is 50 meter per second. Time is given as 0.01 seconds. So you check here now, if this is a nail, right? If this is a nail and we are hammering the nail, okay? We are hammering the nail. This is a hammer. The mass of the hammer is given 500 grams. Initial velocity of the hammer is how much? 50 meters per second. Now, after it is hammered, the nail stops. When the nail will stop, obviously the hammer will also, we will stop hammering it, or therefore we can say that the hammer will also stop. In what time it stops? 0.01 seconds. And therefore here we can add one more thing, that the final velocity is equal to 0 of hammer as well as the nail. The question is how much force is exerted by the nail on the hammer. You know that nail will exert force on the hammer and the hammer will also exert force on the nail. By which law? By the third law. Now therefore we are going to find out force which is exerted by the nail on the hammer is given by the formula mass into acceleration. Since we don't have acceleration over here, we'll find A is equal to V minus U upon T, which is equal to 0 minus 50 upon 10 minus 50 upon 10, which is equal to minus 5 meter per second square. Because negative answer, because the nail is now stopping. It was moving firstly and then it stopped. We can say it is having a negative motion or negative acceleration. Then to find F is equal to M, that is 500 upon 1000, that is it will be into kg, multiplied by minus 5. So that will be equal to minus 2500 upon 1000. Hence the answer is minus 2.5 Newton. Force, let me check the values. 500 upon 1000 will give you 5 by 10. 1 minute. Yeah, minus 25 upon 10, which is minus 2.5 Newton, and therefore we can say that the force which is exerted by the nail on the hammer is a reaction force, right? And that is a negative. Magnitude of this force is 2.5 and the direction is negative, that is opposite. Hence we can say that minus sign shows the reaction force. Okay. This completes your question number 3. Mass is given, velocity is given, time, hammer is exerting force on the nail, nail is exerting force on the hammer. We have to find out how much force is exerted by the nail on the hammer. For this, we write V is equal to 0 because after some time, when the nail stops, hammer also stops because we are hammering the nail. And then we apply the formula for force and acceleration. First acceleration and then force. This completes your question number, which one? 3. Now question number 4. A motor car of mass 1200 kg is moving along a straight line. A motor car of mass how much? Mass how much? 1200 kg is moving along a straight line. So I'll write the mass as 1200 kg. It is moving with the velocity of 90 km per hour, initial velocity u. Velocity decreases by 18 km per hour. In how much time? In 4 seconds. So time is 4 seconds. Obviously the force acting will be unbalanced forces. Calculate the acceleration and the change in the momentum. Also calculate the force. So we have 3 quantities to be calculated here. Number 1, acceleration. Number 2, it will be change in the momentum. And in the third part, we have to find out the force. So let's begin with, first we have to convert 90 km per hour and 18 km per hour into meters per second. Because of the standard unit, we are using the main system of unit, that is the SI system, Standard International System of Units. So 90 into 5 by 18 and 18 into 5 by 18. Okay, so here I cancel, I get 5 meters per second. And here I get 18 fives, so that is 25 meters per second. So these are the values which we are going to use in the question, in the solution. So therefore acceleration is given by the formula v minus u by t. V is how much? 5 minus 25 upon time is 4 seconds. A is equal to minus 20 by 4, which is minus 5 meter per second square. The answers are given at the back of the book, you can check out. Second answer is change in the momentum. The change in momentum in the previous questions also we have completed. Change in momentum is given by Pf minus Pi. Pf means mv minus mu, m common, v minus u. Okay, m is how much? 1200 into v minus u, 5 minus 25, 1200 into minus 20. The change in momentum is also negative because the velocity of the motor car is decreasing. So it is minus 24,000 what? Kg meter per second. This is the change in momentum. Now third point, force. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is 1200. Acceleration is how much? Minus 5. So 12 fives are 60. Minus 60, 0 Newton. So force also you can see that it is negative because it is a retarding force which is stopping the motor car. So these are the 3 answers. I hope children question is clear to you. Mass is given, initial velocity, final velocity, time, acceleration, change in momentum, and force we have to calculate. You will keep applying the formula for acceleration and change in momentum and force. V minus u upon t is A, that is, convert first 90 and 18 km per hour into meters per second. And then these are your complete answers. If you find any doubt in these answers or any queries if you have, you can ask me. And here you can write minus sign shows momentum is decreasing if you want to write. Normally we mention why is the answer negative. So we have to write. Here also minus sign shows what? That the force is a retarding force or a reaction force. Yes. So therefore this completes your exercise, additional exercise. And children, 2-3 questions are there. Today you complete all this, and tomorrow I'm going to give you these answers which are left, and you complete all this chapter. Next week we are going to begin with the next new chapter, and now you'll be having your test also. So children, start studying, and I'll tell you the portion and the timetable, everything. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.